today. From M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland, it's Week 7 of the NFL on EA Sports.
With Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance, we are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 between the Buffalo Bills and the Baltimore Ravens. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. So here come the Bills on offense for the first time. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback. Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
Grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
On third down, Mayo, and he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Off the play fake. Castillo. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 30. That one goes for 24 yards.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? Because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Castillo. His pass caught at the 4. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown.
Touchdown.
From 10 yards out. And the Bills down the field and score on the opening drive. You'd have to imagine for a team that First quarter has to feel pretty good.
It has to feel great for them, and also it's a nice signal to the rest of the team because we talk about complementary football all the time. So they've now signaled to the defense, now signaled to the kicking game, hey, we're here to play in this one. We're going to do our part. Let's see if you guys will do the exact same, and we can break this losing streak.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he won't quite make it to the 25. So here are the Ravens now as they get set for their opening possession. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
And he'll get this one up to the 26. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a second in just about a few inches here.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Holding offense.
What happened?
Well, they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 31-yard line. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. 31-yard line.
That certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Someone's looking fresh, and his O-line is definitely licking their chops. Everyone likes to run block. If you're an offensive lineman, nice early burst, nice gain too.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be close to a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 18-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? I mean, let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time, that's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock. And he'll go down. Brought down at
the 20-yard line.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. They're just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. That is caught at the 7. And the Ravens are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they come up now second and goal. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they come up now second and goal. They'll let the fullback try and take him home. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's third and goal.
A gain of 3 yards. It's now third and goal.
They'll try to run this one in. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. Able to punch it in on third down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating when we have to make the call. They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
The try here for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. That one was an extended drive. 14 plays all told. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Taking it about the 1. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
So here come the Bills out for their second drive. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offensive sails, because they had it going pretty good last time too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, it doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
On second down now, Mayo, and not much, maybe a yard up to the 29.
He's tackled at the...
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense, and guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Back to throw. Castillo able to find Harris, complete. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. 11 yards and a Buffalo first down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
9-yard line.
On second down, Mayo. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third and manageable with that run.
Looking to throw. Castillo. This is the tight end Fant. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
Well, that play was over before it even got started. Thanks for nothing, huh? How about that? That sets up a very difficult 3rd down call now.
First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. And he's got his target. That's Moore. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
Well, normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Castillo. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still ended up with a solid game. Every time I see a coach challenge a spot, that makes me a little bit nervous for that coach. Those are very difficult to get overturned.
Well, the biggest reason, correct me if I'm wrong, is just technology. A lot of times you just don't have the angle.
Yeah, I think all the coaches, when they want to challenge that type of a play, they want to put the magnets or the things, the sensors in the ball to show exactly where it is. But right now, it's all about us humans.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player. You threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice, steady gain.
And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Bills have taken the lead.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. He finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told, and it culminates in a Bills touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded in the end zone, and he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game, and that last drive so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds. This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The play began back at the 23, and they pick up 23.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A big play there with their second touchdown here in this first half. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And it'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
26-yard line.
The Bills getting set to go. Touchdowns on back-to-back drives. So a very good flow right now offensively.
Hard to slow them down, too, because they are locked in. Feel like the offense coordinator is a little bit ahead of the defensive guys right now. They're beating them to the punch with their play calls. They've got a nice rhythm they're locked into. How can the defensive guys come up with something that'll disrupt that flow? That's what they're seeking right now.
Well, it's been an exciting sequence to watch. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Castillo looking to throw on 2nd down. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
To throw is Castillo on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
The Bills send the punter out as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Fair catch. But now we'll have to see about the penalty.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
That hurts. If it was running into the kicker, wouldn't be a first down. Roughing, it is a first.
And just think about the differences between the two. Running into the kicker almost feels inadvertent, just a small tap, so to speak. But when you rough him, usually bodies are hitting the ground and flying all different places. And the difference is 5 yards or 15. And in this case, that's a big play.
A completion, yes, but certainly not what they wanted. A loss of a full 6 yards.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me. Good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Now Castillo. Throwing on 1st down. Oh, nearly a disaster there on the check down. But they'll get it back.
Incomplete.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. To throw again. Castillo. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
The Ravens take
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football. Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. 2nd down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. And that is incomplete.
thrown away and incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Buffalo set to get the football back here. And we're under a minute to go here. What's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, you string them together, could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Left side here, that's the tight end, Fant. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Castillo. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Here's Castillo on first down. Looking left side, he's got it complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
Well, that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
At the 13-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds.
Five yards on the play. And it's 3rd down.
To throw for it on 3rd and 1. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown.
Touchdown.
From 8 yards out. And the Bills have broken the tie.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. extra point attempt to come here. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it ends in a Buffalo touchdown.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Taken in the end zone.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
The white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take shape as we look around the NFL here in week number 7. We'll get started out at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, and it's the Chiefs who have the lead in the second quarter. The Chiefs trying to gut this one out as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. From there, we'll head down to the Big Easy. Check on the Saints at home at the Superdome. And they trail in that ball game to the visiting Tennessee Titans. Kyler Murray, 2 touchdown passes thus far. Finally, let's get to Philadelphia. Check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And you can see they trail in that matchup against the Tampa Bay Bucks. The Bucks trying to finish that one off and claim victory. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team has been able to move the ball effectively. Will the defenses show up in the second half? Find out.
Set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the third quarter. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And the half will begin with a touchback.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And he's found the end zone twice, and now I'm guessing he's thinking, hey, let's find it 3 times.
And you got to figure from the defensive perspective, how has he gotten there twice? What are we going to do to keep him out?
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is making sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. And he takes this for 3 to the 29. Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Open man, here's Foster. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
So here are the Bills to take over. They are trying to snap that 3-game losing streak. On top so far with the football here, 1st and 10. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Castillo now to throw on second down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Ford. 23 yards the pickup there. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. He was trying to clear the way, the big fullback. Instead, he gets a hold.
And you don't see that very often on running plays from those guys because usually they're the lead blocker. Normally, when he gets caught, it's in a passing situation.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Looking to throw. Castillo. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. Castillo looking to throw on 2nd down. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. And we have seen a decline in the numbers. Where does the fault lie? Just him? Maybe the guys up front? Combination?
Well, as you and I both know, it's almost always a collective deal. But in this case, I think maybe the offensive line got a little overconfident. They had blocked so well in the first half, picked up on what the defense was doing. I think we've seen an adjustment now that they have not picked up on, and now they're being a little bit overwhelmed.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Now flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early.
Offense.
That's going to set them back 5 yards. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. Give him 9 on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 8.
He'll look to throw. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down.
Taken down.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And, oh, they had him bottled up, but here's a late flag, and a face mask is going to get a much better starting position.
Defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
So a big penalty there on the face mask leads to 1st and 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. To throw is Castillo. To throw on third down. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards the play.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. They'll try the left side. Mayo. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
A gain of 4 yards. First down, Bills.
And he'll give it here to his running back. He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On second down now, Mayo, and not much, maybe a yard down to the 23. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. We'll check on his status when we get back. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Castillo got his man complete over the middle. That's Ford. And he is going to have a Bills first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
6 yards. And it's 3rd down.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Bills on 3rd down. They've been tough to stop. 8 for 10 so far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. From the gun, Castillo. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
From the 4 now, 3rd and goal. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. Call that a a loss of 7 to bring up 4th. Such a long drive here. 3 points. That would be a disappointment, but I don't know if you can go for it here, can you?
Well, you know, the defense was really giving them a lot all the way downfield, and now they've stiffened. Forget that bend, don't break. Now they don't even want to let them get a yard, do they? So in this spot, you remember what the coaches told us before the ball game? Any drive that ends with a kick is going to be okay with us, whether it's a punt, a field goal, or an extra point. Take the field goal right here.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he's got his man on the comebacker. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. Back to throw here. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. Not able to go anywhere that time. Second down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. Again, he'll drop to throw. Got an open man. It's Foster. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust. As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
17.
All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it. A 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
At their own 22-yard line.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. The field goal we just saw has us now at a 1-score game, and on this side of the football, things are getting pretty tenuous, a little stressful.
Blood pressure up a little bit, you think?
I think up a lot of it.
Could you imagine taking the pulse right now? It might be like a jackhammer out there on that side of the ball, but here's what the deal is. I think what we've observed is a team that's been playing not to lose as opposed to playing to win. They've got to get back to that, and that means opening things up again, being a little more free in what they're trying to get done on offense.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's third down.
Looking to throw. Castillo. This one complete into the hands of Higgins. And he is going to have a Bills first down. They needed 5 there on third down. He winds up getting 7.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on third down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively a backbreaker. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Off the bootleg. Castillo pushing through the contact. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because I nearly got to him there. And it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, They're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Gonna give this time to the tailback. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
You got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner. 100 yards or more in a game.
The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on 4th down. Back to throw. Castillo. And no, it's incomplete. The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. So that's a decision that could loom pretty large here. They go for it on 4th down, but come up empty.
But I actually like the call, and the reason? It shows me a head coach has faith in his team overall. First on the offensive side, thinking they can pick it up, but also knowing that he has faith in his defense that if they don't, they'll go out there and stop him. I like the confidence he showed.
7 yards on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the Bills' 33-yard line.
And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. The Ravens on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 5. They're going to look to throw to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And that is incomplete. The Ravens go for it but come up empty. And the Bills are going to get the football back. So the failure to convert no doubt really hurts, but this one's not over. A good chunk of time on the clock and the timeouts.
Yeah, not only do they have the timeouts, as you just noted, they're going to get an extra one with the 2-minute warning. And that's going to help in big ways. So in a sense, they have 4 timeouts in their pocket. The big thing, stopping them on defense now. They can't let them get a 1st down and make them use their timeouts and get a fresh set of down. They've got to stop them right here. And if so, they've still got an opportunity.
It's a gain of 5.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a 1-score game. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll keep it on the ground. Mayo. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. This is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. They'll keep it on the ground. Mayo. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. The Bills send the punter out, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. So the Ravens now down by 7, 1:46 to go. They need a touchdown and the PAT to tie it as they come up 1st and 10. Back to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. Clock running here, under 90 seconds to go. He's going to flip one out here to his running back.
That's good.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Wide open receiver complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Gosh, and it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor, in effect.
And he'll bang that one through. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And the touchdown and PAT mean we are tied here in the final minute of play. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. And he returns this to the 22.
1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Buffalo set to get the football back here. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay?
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
It's 2nd down.
And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Eluding the pressure right. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
24-yard line.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now a first throw here in overtime. And he's going to have the connection to Foster. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
The Ravens send their punter out now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. This is brought in at the 21. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now out come the Bills. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else themselves and ended it. But they turned it back over to him, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
And part 1 is done, now part 2. The run got 4, now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. So we will see yet another drive in this overtime.
For whatever reason, neither team able to finish this game off. I know that the first thought is, does anyone really want to win it? But I think that they both desperately want to win it, and sometimes you force things, and that leads to errors.
Well, it's out there for the taking. We'll see who can do it. Now a handoff here to his running back. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And they'll get this down to the 10. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. Now the Bills will take another timeout. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. And he got it. The kick is good. In overtime, he's able to split the uprights. And the Ravens strike first and 3's him. This game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime, and it took the field goal to win it.
And we always pay lip service to how important it is to play defense. And usually we focus on the big offensive pyrotechnics, right? But in this case, they got the ball back on defense, gave themselves a chance, and they capitalized on it with a victory.
And I don't care what distance that field goes from in overtime. The knees are always knocking, but he pushed it through.
Not only that, think about your snapper, your holder. A lot of nerves for them, too, because they have to do their job in order to give him one last chance to put a foot to it.
So for the Ravens, It's a much-needed victory as it gets them back to 2-4 on the year. And they will hit the